been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in? I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lakeware sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lakeware. Seating now available.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
She says damage. She pronounces it funny. She says damage control. She doesn't say damage.
Damage.
She says damage, though.
Damage.
That girl.
Damage control.
Joe Reichel is here, of course, from Damage Control. Or if you ask that girl,
am I in the center of the
Damage
screen?
Control.
I feel like I gotta be over here.
Does it feel like it's not the center?
Am I in the center now? Because I don't feel in the center. No, I'm in the center now.
There you are. Perfectly in the center.
Gotta make sure it's right.
Perfectly in the center. With that
Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Joe. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Today, 100 degrees. That's what we're climbing
It's
to.
gonna be hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know that you've got to replace the filter for your air conditioning system regularly? Do you know that?
I did, but it's good to remind people of that.
Yeah, that's a monthly thing.
Monthly?
Should be done monthly.
Now, isn't there more than one filter in an air conditioner?
There can be, but typically the intake for your air conditioning the return intake is where you want to, there's usually a filter, and that's going to be in the wall near your return or near your system, or sometimes it'll be in a ceiling. Depends where it is, but it's usually that big square grill looking
right,
thing.
Right. And that's the one you change.
And that will
isn't there one isn't there one
sometimes.
That a certified person actually is the only one who you should be allowing to get to it? Isn't there another one deeper in there?
I don't know. But there's the coils in there, and if that filter stops the dust particles and whatnot from getting into the system, once they start getting into the system, that can cause a maintenance situation where your coils will freeze up, and that's what happens when you have a system that freezes. And this time of the year, your air conditioning system is working harder because it's a lot warmer in order to keep everything cool. So it has a tendency to freeze up.
And the humidity is like up there too. I don't have it in front of me,
yes.
But so there the two things coming together means you're going to have condensation and
a lot more condensation
and flood of sorts. All right, let's go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Joe Reichel.
Yes. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
See, I change the subject that you're talking about. I change my filter quite frequently.
Good.
I'm going to check. I got to go to the store, to the hardware store later on this afternoon and pick up some more. I've noticed that there's quite a difference in pricing on the filters themselves. I mean, from a few dollars up to $15, $18. And I know some of them are for allergy people, which we don't have that problem. If you're going to change your filter, let's say on a monthly basis, do you need to buy a more expensive filter, or would the regular one be fine?
Well, just like everything else in life, the more money you spend, the better quality you're going to get. So the better, the more, typically the more expensive, the better quality that filter will do, and the better it'll keep the particles out of the system. So if you are replacing them regularly, you can probably go with a middle of the road type filter, and then you wouldn't have as much expense. But I wouldn't ever recommend someone going with the cheapest. That's for sure. I wouldn't recommend that.
What do you think about these filters that you can wash yourself, dry them in the sun, and keep using them over and over again?
I like them. Simply because typically they're a better quality because you're able to reuse them. They're going to last a lot longer. They're going to do a good job for you, and it saves on our environment, trash going into the landfills and whatnot. So I like it.
What kind of a material are they made out of?
That's a great question, and I don't really know the answer to it. It is a very thick, porous filter, and I know that's what I've got in mind, but I don't know what it's actually made out of. That's a great question.
When you clean those, would you have to use like dish soap or just hose it off with a hose, or how would you clean that correctly?
I just clean mine with a hose, garden hose, and go with it like that. So it does a pretty good job.
Okay, very good. I'm going to look into that then, because, like you say, environmentally, it's a good idea, and you're probably saving money in the long run.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Joe. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Good call.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times that, we were talking about the system freezing up, and that will cause that water to come out into the house typically, or cause some damage to the box that your air conditioning system sits on, and that will cause, we've seen increased mold or fungal growth in those areas, and then the carpet's getting wet outside, and we've had to go in different areas and put fans and dehumidifiers. So regular routine maintenance on your system and changing those filters is going to save in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. I had that exact problem in the house that I used to live in years ago, where the carpet was always wet, wet, and I could not figure out where it was coming from. And it was right near the door that where the air conditioning unit was behind.
Right.
And all of a sudden, then I realized, okay, something's backing up in there. I can't remember; it's been so long ago. But it was just so annoying. Every day you'd walk through the thing, it was like the dog peed, but it wasn't the dog.
You're getting wet socks.
You get wet socks. Exactly right. And fortunately, in my case, it was a concrete floor underneath. I guess you call it a floor, but a concrete whatever. And but if it had been wood, like in my mom and dad's house, they had this whole wooden thing.
It would have rotted out eventually,
and ruined it.
And it would have had a lot more problem. But even with the concrete, I mean, if it's getting wet every day like that, you do have to worry about fungal growth, mold growing and causing all kinds of problems.
And earwigs. Did you ever have the earwig problem?
Never earwigs.
Never.
But if you do have, I've seen them. I know what they are. But if you've got water in your home, a wet area, you do have to worry about, in addition to earwigs, I guess,
other things,
carpenter ants and termites. Those things are attracted to the water as well. So.
So
whole nother ball game.
Any big projects you're working on right now?
We do have a couple different ones. We've got a kitchen remodel that we're working on in the historic section of Ocala. So that's one of the things that projects we've got going. And remodels are a big thing. A lot of people are doing remodels right now, or preparing to do and wanting to do these type of things. So we've got several different clients that we're working with to get projects like that going. And people right now with the things going a lot better with the housing and people are buying houses.
Right.
We've got several that homeowners that are fixing up homes in order to sell them, or they've bought a home and they're fixing it up to what they want.
Right,
so
right.
it seems to be really good right now, and a lot of nice little projects happening.
If you would like to call, Joe, maybe you're doing a do-it-yourself project and you just need a little advice. You sort of kind of know what to do, but you don't know which product to use or which tool to use, or maybe something else about the project you're doing. Call Joe right now. He's here at the station at WOCA. The number is 622-9622. We're up against the break, so why don't we just take that break right now?
Let's do the break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about a kitchen and bath remodel that we just did.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunny to partly cloudy with a stray thunderstorm inland in the afternoon, high of 89 to 97, and partly cloudy tonight, a low 72 to 75. Partly sunny tomorrow. Thunderstorm will spread from near the coast to inland with a high of 90 to 97. Partly sunny, another afternoon thunderstorm for Thursday, the high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Black Cow composted cow manure is a terrific organic soil amendment. We start with cow manure from dairy farms and then compost it a full 90 days. The result is an all-natural, dark, rich soil amendment that's great for everything you grow. Flowers, vegetables, shrubs, trees, and lawns too. Look for Black Cow in the bright yellow and black bag at your favorite nursery or garden center.
Black Cow, the mature manure. Black Cow.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. 12 climate-controlled state-of-the-art lanes. R&D Tactical Solutions, full retail store, everything from firearms to CCW classes. Located next to the Supervisor of Elections. Open 9 to 7 weekdays, 9 to 5 Saturdays, and 10 to 4 Sundays. Call 622-7468. R&D Tactical Solutions, Ocala's indoor gun range. Call 622-7468.
We are The Source, WOCA, news, talk, sports, and more.
All right, 13 minutes before 11 o'clock, let's return to Joe Reichel and damage control. Remember, your calls are important. The number is 622-9622. So you got a remodeling job.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about this project. It was one that we just recently just finished, and it was a kitchen remodel. They put new countertops in the kitchen, new flooring, throughout the kitchen, dining room, living room, and then the master bedroom. We did new floor, basically a whole gut and redo of that room. So new floor, new walk-in shower, new cabinet, new mirror, new paint, new counter, marble countertop.
Nice.
I say cabinet. So
sounds like everything.
Yeah,
sounds like you did everything, huh?
It was a complete, I think even a new commode in there.
That's nice.
That one, new
now, did you design it yourself, or do they design it?
We worked with that job. We worked with the homeowner, sent them to the flooring store. They went to Italian Tile is where they picked out the flooring, and they were able to select what they wanted and then just installed. So, and the granite company for the granite. So,
is it hard to work with like this granite here?
Is it what?
Is it hard to work with? Like it seems like when they put this granite in here, like it was, don't do anything unless you've got granite skills. You don't want to take it for granted.
Granite skill is needed if you're going to install granite.
So it is hard then.
Well, it's a piece of stone, so it's got to be finished and cut, and the edges have to be done, and then everything has to be put together nice and neat. And
yeah.
So you can have a good granite job or a bad granite job, depending on just like anything else. So
Right.
I mean, the more experienced person that you have working with the project, the better it's going to look. So a lot of times they have to put pieces together, so you'll have a seam. Not so much for a bathroom, but when you have a kitchen countertop, when it covers a lot larger of an area, so you have the seams typically. So
I'm assuming today, by the way, right now the temperature is already 90. It's already 90. What is it? It's not even 11 o'clock yet.
It's going to be a warm one today.
It's going to be 100. So and the humidity is 52. So 52%.
So we've got one of our outdoor projects that we've got going right now was a duct repair, and we basically took. She's not very happy. A little girl walking by. We took all of the existing deck boards off of the deck and then replaced them, and we're put new deck boards up, all new railings and whatnot, and getting ready to seal it. So put a sealant on there and they'll be able to use it for many, many more years.
Wow. When you enter a job, you've done so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there ever a time when you actually thrown a curveball where there's something new that you never have seen before? Or is it always kind of run-of-the-mill, you've done this before? Not run-of-the-mill in that it's boring or that the project itself is boring, but...
Well,
I mean, as far as challenges...
Every job is going to be have its own unique characteristics. Last week we had a demolition job, and basically we brought a dumpster into the job site, and we had a demolition company that we hired as subcontractors under us, and they brought a track hoe in and knocked the house down.
Oh, wow.
So, we worked with the homeowner with the homeowner and their insurance company in order to get this work done. So, I mean, that's not a typical everyday job for us. Yesterday, there was some rafter repairs or truss repairs in an attic, and this was because of a ridge vent. Not sure why, but the ridge vent got damaged, and it was allowing water to get in at the very peak of the roof and cause some rotten trusses.
Oh, wow.
Water was dripping down the trusses and into the house, and that's how they noticed that the ceiling was getting wet. So we went in, did some truss repair, and fixed the spot on the roof, and that's not something that we do every day, but I mean, we've had jobs like that. But you're getting into the attic and finding where the leak is, and
ingenuity is. See, I guess the reason I was asking, because if I were to try to do what you do,
okay,
every step of it would be a challenge, because I wouldn't know. Well, you know what I mean?
If I was to sit in your seat right now and try to figure out that board,
it's not the same.
It is. Every step would be a challenge until I got used to it.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you were to come and work for us, just like anyone else, if it's one of those things where. I was talking today. I met with a painter this morning, and he was telling me about a project he's got going on, and he's got a guy that he just hired, and he's not sure. The guy says, "I'm not sure this is going to work for me. It's more physical than I expected it to be." Painting, and whatever the job is, there's going to be aspects of it you like or you don't like, and construction typically is a physical job. Like you said, it's going to be 90 degrees, so. The guys are either working, outside in the heat, or, we've got an inside job, but you're going inside, outside, and then you've got the physical aspect of it where it is construction. So there's heavy things that you're lifting, and you're getting in an attic or whatever it is.
And on a hot day like this, there's another factor.
Well, that's yesterday. I was telling you this job. That was the first job of the day yesterday morning. And the guys were done within 2 hours. They're back at the shop to go to another job.
Oh, wow.
But they get to the shop and their shirts are soaking wet.
Yeah, I bet.
Because of being in an attic.
Sure.
So, this time of the year, that's basically what it's like living here in Florida.
Yeah,
but,
that's it.
There's different aspects of the job, and if someone wanted to learn that, it's just a matter of doing it.
Right.
You know, if that's what you want to do for your career.
Right.
So I've always enjoyed construction. I started I was 11 years old working with my grandfather.
Wow.
And
what were you doing?
He had me on a 2-story house on a roof.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. So it was a shingle roofing job. And, I remember my mom saying, is he going to be all right up there? And he says, well, if he's not, he's going to fall.
Oh, wow.
So, my grandpa was a pretty tough guy. But, I learned how to work, at a young age.
Fond memory for you, sounds like.
Yeah, it was a great memory working with Grandpa. I enjoyed doing it. So, and he taught me different things about it. And, that's what it's all about, is learning from different people that have done, been in the trades. And, you learn this different stuff and different techniques. And I always, if I'm on a job site with someone new, you're always learning new ways of doing something. So, a different subcontractor comes in and they're, you're working with them.
Right,
you see them doing something, or a new tool. There's always new stuff coming out. The middle of next month, July 13th, I think, 13th through the 15th, Wednesday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think it is. There's going to be the Southeastern Builders Conference in Orlando. And that is a trade show and different seminars, how-to seminars for contractors and, and people in the construction industries. So new products, all of this stuff. So, I'm looking forward to going down there and going through it. And
I wonder what you'll see that is maybe technology related.
Well, there's a lot of different technology, as far as making jobs easier, apps that builders have for pricing jobs and making things more economical and easier.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that. There's different products that help with the economics of building a house. They help with the insulation or making the house more economical.
Right.
As far as heating and cooling, there's always new stuff like that.
And ways to measure that, too, I'm supposing.
Yeah.
There was a story the other day, a video that was circulating just yesterday, a house that was on fire. I don't know where this was, and somebody, I guess, in the neighborhood had one of these drones with the video camera on it and was videotaping the firefighters working to put the fire out.
Oh, wow.
And I guess the firefighters...
That would be cool.
It was very cool, except the firefighters didn't seem to be too appreciative of this, and they started aiming the hoses at it. Yeah. And the water doesn't quite knock it out of the sky, but you can tell whoever's operating it is like, whoa, and he backs way up so that he's, out of reach for them.
Well, I don't know how close he was. Maybe he was
you gotta
causing a distraction.
Just Google it or something, however you find things.
That would be neat to see, though.
It is neat. I think so. And I guess how that connects to what you do is especially if there's a convention that you're going to, that you never know. There might be somebody there with a new idea that you'll say, wow, I never thought of doing it that way.
Well, there's always people that, and whenever you get together with other professionals, especially in a situation like that, there's people that want to share their knowledge. They want to tell you how they've improved their business and how it can improve yours. And that's the neat thing about going to a conference like this. And there's a lot of continuing education courses that you can take and be able to improve.
Is it a big conference or
it's huge?
Is it really at the Orlando Convention Center?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yep. Southeastern.
That usually, if it's there, it's usually a big deal.
SBEC.
So when are you going?
I believe it's July 13th through the 15th or something like that.
That'll be
Thursday,
fun.
Friday, Saturday.
That ought to be
Thursday,
fun.
Friday, we'll be at the convention. Come home
I bet
Saturday.
you come back with a lot of pens.
I probably will not bring any pens
and
back.
Keychains and things like that.
I'm not a pen collector. I've got my own damage control service pens. Which,
well, you'll be giving away. Do you have a booth there?
I do not.
Would it make sense for you to have a booth there? Because your clientele are here.
It wouldn't.
Not really.
Not really.
So you'll just be so this is time to gather new information.
Yes.
Oh, I'd be curious to see.
So the following show will have all kinds of stuff to talk about.
So I wonder if there's something in the works to. Remember we had this conversation about how PVC is not always the best plumbing.
The CPVC.
Whatever it is. Yeah. It's not always because it can have a pinhole.
Right.
So I wonder if there's a fix for that, something better.
There could be.
The next generation.
There's, and that's the wonderful thing about this industry as well as other industries. There's always new technology, new products, new things coming out that are improving.
Did we switch from copper because it was too expensive? Is that why we switched?
Well, it's easier to work with. It's
the plastic is?
Yeah, it's another material that's readily available. So.
Well, and copper is kind of expensive.
Mm-hmm. But it's, it does a great product as well.
Just a little piece of it is worth 1 penny.
A penny. There you go. So if you have any questions, problems, anything that I can help you with, you can reach me on my direct line, 352-817-6574, or you can email me, joe@damageflorida.com. That's joe@damageflorida.com.
Thank you, Joe. Always fun.
Thank you.
I can't wait for the after the convention talk. It's a month away.
A month away.
Yeah.
A month out.
I know.
There's a little teaser for you.
All right, we'll take a little break, and we will be right back. Seth Posner coming on next from AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. A celebration turned to tragedy in a balcony